Welcome to the December Junior Tennis Talk. I'm Beth Azan, and joining us today is Scott Hales, Manager of Adult Play. He's our first repeat guest. Welcome back, Scott.
Thanks, Beth. Appreciate it, and glad to be back.
Thank you. So this is our part 3 of our Aging Out of Junior Tennis series that we're doing. So today we're going to take a deep dive into USTA adult tournaments. So Scott, why should our players want to participate and play adult tournaments?
Well, I think much of the reason why they play junior tournaments is probably a lot of the same reasons that they're going to want to play adult tournaments. You're going to want to, in my mind, as a junior player, you're going to want to know what's next. So, and you're also going to want to improve your skills, play either competitive or recreational matches. It's kind of up to you, and it might depend on your NTRP level, which your NTRP level does not change as you graduate into the adult tennis tournament. So if you're a 3.5 player at the NTRP junior level, that's going to stick with you as you age up into the adults. And your skill may or may not improve as you play more tournaments. So you may move up or down depending on how things go. And then, as always, it's just a great sport to get exercise, get out, meet people, and you can compete at the local level. You can compete across the section, or adults. You can go and play tournaments anywhere, really across the country, and kind of compete for national championships if you want to go that route as well.
Okay, so and something that's a little bit different for our juniors is, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are opportunities within the USTA adult tournament space that they could play with their mother, their father, their siblings, friends,
Sure, yeah.
friends that have aged out. Okay.
So for adult tournaments at the USTA, either national or section, we offer one family tournament here in the Missouri Valley section. That's going to be actually in Nebraska this year. So if you're anywhere near Nebraska, I believe it's Father's Day weekend, there's a family championship. So look into that. And then there are other tournaments across the country that you can participate in as, mother-daughter, father-son, siblings division. So that's always kind of fun to compete in as a tennis player. It's not always about competition, and it can be about fun and recreation and just kind of, playing with your family and keeping it going. So yeah, that's always a good option for players as well. And then at the tournament,
oh gosh, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, I was going to say at the when it comes to adult tournaments, once you hit the 18-year-old age level, there are 18 and over tournaments that are all the NTRP levels, so 2.5 all the way up to 5.5, and even in the open division. Even as a junior player, before you even reach 18, I believe that as long as you're playing yellow ball, and then I think the minimum age might be 14 or 15, you can compete in adult tournaments in the open division. So look for those tournaments that have open divisions. And even as a junior, before you graduate up to the adult tournaments, you can sign up and participate as long as you're a yellow ball player. And then aside from that, you have your 18 and over division. Once you reach 40, and I know as a junior player, you're not thinking about the age of 40, but once you reach 40, there are 40 and over divisions. And then once you reach 55, there are also 55 and over divisions. And then aside from that, those are all NTRP level tournaments. Aside from that, you can also play in age group tournaments, which those are broken up into every 5 years. So, and it doesn't matter what your NTRP level is, you're sign up based on your age. So if you're 30, you can sign up for a 30 and over tournament, or it's an age group tournament that has divisions that are 30 and over, 35 and over, 40 and over, 45 and over. And I think those actually start at either 25 or 30, and those are broken up into 5-year increments. So if you're a 3.5 player and you're playing in a 30-year-old division, you could be playing against a player who's a 5.5 player, but you're relatively the same age. So that's where the breakdown is on those age group tournaments versus those NTRP tournaments where you're playing somebody your exact same level. So it just kind of depends on how you want to challenge yourself when you get into those tournaments.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think you've gotten into this. I asked a question that forced you to jump ahead a little bit. My apologies. So you just talked about the NTRP levels, and really that, if, correct me if I'm wrong, that is related with our adult league space as well, right? So it's more
Yeah, those divisions mirror the adult
rating versus
space.
ranking, correct?
Yeah, so the rating is your 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, and that's similar to adult leagues and adult tournaments.
Okay.
It breaks it down by NTRP level. And then there's rankings. So as soon as you play an adult tournament and you win a match, you will receive points towards your rankings. So, and then you can get on the rankings list and go onto the website and check where you are in terms of rankings against other players in your same skill level. So if
Okay.
you win in tournaments, you're gonna kind of climb that rankings list. And then all you need to do is win a match in a single tournament to have your name start showing up on those lists. Kind of exciting.
Yeah, I think it's fun. So we're going to take a closer look at each one of these. So we're going to be talking about the NTRP levels, which you've done a great job getting into already. Our age group, our tournament levels, and then talk about tournaments that offer prize money.
Yeah.
And so the National Tennis
go ahead,
Rating
Beth.
Program, when we use the NTRP, that's what you're referring to.
Yes, the National Tournament Rating Program. That's the NTRP skill level. And then tournaments have
Okay.
their own levels. And so tournaments, if you're playing in a tournament and you see a level 1, level 2, level 3 tournament, those are national level tournaments. If you see a tournament
Okay.
that's a designated level 4 tournament, then that's a section level tournament. And then 5, 6, and 7 are district level tournaments. So when you're signing up for a tournament, if you look at the level of the actual tournament, that's going to determine whether it's a national, section, or district level tournament.
Okay. And so what if I live in a section, or let's say I'm in college and I want to play an adult tournament, but I'm not in Missouri Valley? Does the section levels then, it's level 7 through level 4? Is that correct?
Section is level 4. District
Okay.
is level 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Okay, but what if we don't have a district?
Oh yeah. If you live in another section, another state, another part of the country, as long as those tournaments are USTA sanctioned, as long as they're open to everybody, you can play in any tournament across the country, and it'll still count toward those rankings points we talked about earlier. If the tournament says closed, so if the tournament has the word closed in it, then that's only available for players within that specific section or district. But other than that, you could be on vacation in Hawaii or somewhere and play in a tournament, and it's just like playing in a tournament in Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So as far as, let's say I want to get involved and play in an NTRP level tournament, and I don't have a rating yet. How do I do that?
Yeah, so there's a spot in our tennis link program that basically deals with our league program, where you can go in and do a self-rating. So we could send you that link. You could call the office, send an email to the office, and you can get a self-rated. You can be a self-rated player, and basically you fill out a quick questionnaire, and then it assigns you a self-rating based on how you answer those questions. And then you start playing tournaments in those or leagues in the level that you are self-rated. And then eventually, after a certain number of tournaments or some league play, you will be assigned a computer rating, and you'll then be a computer rated player. So it's just it's a good way to determine what your skill level is without even having played a tournament, just by filling out a quick questionnaire.
Okay. And then as far as finding a tournament, it's similar to, when our junior players would search for a junior tournament, they're just searching by different filters. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it's the same system. It's playtennis.usta.com/tournaments, and I'll say it slower: playtennis.usta.com/tournaments. And then you just go in and put in the designated filter and the type of tournament you're looking for, or where you're looking for a tournament. And then you'll get a list of tournaments anywhere in the country. If you're looking for tournaments here in Missouri Valley section, it'll bring up some tournaments, and it's as easy as apple pie. 1, 2, 3. You just click on, filter it out, click on the tournament you're looking for, and then register if that's something that suits your calendar needs and your skill level.
Okay. And you said there was 83 adult, I didn't realize that. 83 adult tournaments in Missouri Valley in 2025. Can we expect a similar offering in 2026?
Yeah, my guess is we're going to be pushing close to 100 tournaments in 2026. But keep in mind, there are adult tournaments across the board. So some of those tournaments
Mhm.
are for 55 and over players, for 40 and over players, for 18 over players. So if you're just a junior starting to play adult tournaments, so you're 18 years old, or you're going to be 18, you're going to flip over to the adult tournament calendar. Some of those tournaments, let's say there's 100, some of those tournaments might not be available to you because they are specifically designated for the older age divisions. But there's usually more than ample opportunities for players in the 18 and over division to participate in tournaments, whether it be section level tournaments or whatever district you happen to live in, or like we said
Mhm.
earlier, you can travel and play in other tournaments in other districts as well as across the country. So if you're not looking to travel, we should have some pretty good opportunities for you here in Missouri Valley. And if you have the means to go travel, yeah, by all means, um, look at tournaments anywhere you can find them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, tournament advancement, what does that look like?
Yeah. So if you're playing in this tournament as an adult player, playing in an adult tournament, we actually have a new series this year. It was called the Valley Cup Series. So the Valley Cup is a prize money series of 7 tournaments. And if you are the top player based on those 7 tournaments, you don't have to play in all 7 tournaments. You can just play in one tournament, or you can play in as many tournaments as you want to as part of that Valley Cup Series. Um, you not only get a nice shiny gold trophy, you have the opportunity to win prize money if you are the top point getter. So we assign points if you win, if you get second place, third place, we assign designated points on where you finish in that tournament. And then at the end of the series, we calculate those points. And if you are a top player in the Missouri USTA Missouri Valley Cup Series, that's a mouthful. Then yeah, we're going to bring it back in 2026. Keep an eye out for those tournaments that say Valley Cup Series, and you could be the winner of some prize money. And in addition to that, we also have a national championship. It's called the NTRP National Championships. So when you play those adult tournaments that are NTRP tournaments, the 3.5, the 4.0 tournaments, then if you are the top ranked player in our section at the end of the year or at the designated date, then you could receive an invitation to play in the NTRP National Championships. And typically that's in the spring in a nice warm weather city, whether it be Phoenix, Orlando, Texas. So we're looking to get more younger players involved in playing in those national championship tournaments.
Okay. And that's what you would call the golden ticket. They're awarded the golden ticket. Is that correct?
Yeah. We call that the golden ticket to participate in our NTRP national championships. You'll get an invitation email from us saying, congratulations, you're the top ranked player. You've met all the eligibility to participate in our national championships. Would you like to go to one of these events? And they're great events. There's 6 or 7 of them across the country, and they're broken down by age and skill level. So again,
Mhm.
you're going to be playing against somebody relatively your same age, or relatively your same skill level, and just playing a few NTRP tournaments throughout the summer next 2026 and see where things fall.
And so, and with the Valley Cup Series, is the prize money that will be awarded in 2026 the same as 2025?
Yeah, so we anticipate this year was the inaugural year for the Valley Cup, and we awarded $1,500 per one male and one female. So each winner of the series received $1,500 in prize money, and we anticipate that to be the same in 2026. It won't go down. So just look for things on our website that start talking about the 2026 Valley Cup Series. We'll get those tournaments set pretty soon here and look for them online. And yeah, just start signing up for one or as many of those Valley Cup Series tournaments as you can, and there'll be a good chance you might be in the running for that $1,500 prize money.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so as far as entry fees and just the cost to play in a tournament,
Yeah, it varies.
what can a
So
player expect?
yeah, it varies. I think you'll probably be pleasantly surprised. The cost to participate in an adult tournament, I believe, I don't know what the junior tournaments cost, but I think it's cheaper. I think if you're going to be surprised, it's a little bit cheaper. So you have to get an adult membership or adult account, USTA account at $44 for an annual membership to be able to participate in a USTA sanctioned tournament. But those tournaments fees vary from tournament to tournament depending on the director. They range probably anywhere between $30 to $35 up to $50 or $55 to participate in the tournament. And typically you're guaranteed a certain number of matches. Um, as we mentioned before, if you want to travel throughout the section and throughout the country, you can do that. There's some added expenses there as well. But with the number of tournaments that we offer throughout Missouri Valley, you can probably play all summer long into the fall with our adult tournaments and not have to travel too much. And then just as any other sport, and as it was for juniors, there's the cost of equipment, there's food and drinks, the cost of whatever you value your time as, the cost of. But I really think playing in tournaments, we can say it, and we said it before, it's a sport of a lifetime, and really these are minimal costs in my mind to get that return of investment on the amount of time you put into playing tournaments. You're going to be happy you did in the long run. In my mind, I mean, it's just something you can play until you can't play anymore. But yeah.
Okay, and I agree with you. Yeah. And I think the appeal of an adult tournament too is, the commitment's what you want it to be, right? So if you join tennis on campus, or if you're post college and just don't necessarily have the time to commit to league play, you can still play and you can still compete on your own terms. So I think that's a big benefit to playing an adult tournament.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Our tournaments for the adults can range anywhere from 1 day to 3 days for the most part. And we do we offered more, the section offered more 1 day tournaments this year than we did last year. And I see that trend continuing because people do want to get out and play tournaments, but not everybody wants to commit to a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or even a Saturday, Sunday. So the section has offered quite a few 1 day tournaments. The cost is a little bit cheaper. The time commitment is a little bit less, but the experience is the same. In fact, one might argue that a 1 day tournament is a better experience overall than a 2 and 3 day tournament. You're in, you're out, you meet people, you're social, and then you get on with your afternoon and your evening. And it's a great. Those are those level 7 tournaments. So if you see a tournament on the calendar that's a level 7, those are specifically designated as 1 day tournaments. So give it a try. I think it's a perfect transition to try to play an adult tournament. And a lot of times they're more fun, more casual than a serious, 3 day section tournament.
Okay. Okay, so we can probably say it out loud for those that can't see the slide and are just listening. So I think we said TOC questions, but really it's going to be our adult tournament questions. Who do they contact if they want some more information?
So the two people at our office are myself or Laura Jager. So Laura and I work closely on adult tournaments and tennis on campus. So if you're leaving high school and you're looking to go to college, and I think we talked about it in a previous interview, you can play tennis on campus. You can jump right into adult tournaments. But if you want to know anything about either one of those, feel free to call me or Laura Jager at the section office, or shoot us an email.
All right. I think that's it. So thank you so much for your time. Scott is joining us from Hawaii, so poor little guy is toughing it out right now.
Yeah, it's a
Compared
rough
to
life.
Kansas City, it's definitely paradise there. But thank you for your time, Scott. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure that our juniors that are aging out and really their adult support systems who maybe play tennis as well will find all this helpful and very interesting. So thank you. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, you're welcome. We hope to see you on the court at the next adult tournament.
Yeah, thank you.